The year 1958 dawned with a world caught between hope and anxiety. As the sun rose each morning, people everywhere were waking up to a time of significant change and uncertainty. The echoes of the past were still fresh, yet the promise of the future was tantalizingly close. It was a year that would see the world grappling with its recent history while daring to dream of what lay ahead. The shadow of World War II was receding, but the Cold War cast a long, chilling shadow across the globe. Nations were still recovering from the devastation of the war, rebuilding cities and lives. Yet the specter of nuclear conflict loomed large, as the United States and the Soviet Union engaged in a tense and dangerous rivalry. Propaganda from both sides filled the airwaves, and military parades showcased the might of these superpowers, reminding the world of the fragile peace that hung in the balance. It was a time of great power rivalry, with the United States and the Soviet Union locked in a nuclear standoff. The threat of mutually assured destruction was a constant undercurrent in international relations. Maps of the era often depicted the stark divide between East and West, a visual representation of the ideological battle being waged. The world watched with bated breath as these two giants maneuvered for dominance, each new development potentially bringing them closer to the brink of war. Yet, amidst the tension, a spirit of innovation and change was brewing. Scientists and inventors were hard at work, pushing the boundaries of what was possible. Laboratories buzzed with activity as breakthroughs in technology and science promised to transform everyday life. From medical advancements to new forms of communication, the seeds of future revolutions were being planted. This was a time when the impossible seemed within reach, and the world was eager to see what would come next. The seeds of social and cultural revolutions were being sown, challenging old norms and igniting new dreams. Youth culture was on the rise, with young people questioning the status quo and seeking to carve out their own identities. Social movements began to gain momentum, advocating for civil rights, gender equality, and other causes. Protests and demonstrations became more common, as people from all walks of life demanded change and justice. The world was on the cusp of a new era, one that promised greater freedom and opportunity for all. From the music charts to the launch pads of space exploration, 1958 pulsed with a vibrant energy, a sense that the world was on the cusp of a new era. Rock and roll music captured the hearts of the youth, becoming the soundtrack of a generation eager to break free from the past. Meanwhile, the space race was heating up, with both the United States and the Soviet Union making significant strides in their quest to conquer the final frontier. Each rocket launch was a testament to human ingenuity and ambition, a symbol of the limitless possibilities that lay ahead. This was a year of dramatic contrasts. In the cities, skyscrapers reached for the sky, while in rural areas, life remained much the same as it had for decades. Wealth disparity was stark, with some enjoying unprecedented prosperity while others struggled to make ends meet. These contrasts highlighted the complexities of a world in transition, where progress and tradition often clashed. It was a time of both great hope and great challenge as societies around the globe navigated the path forward. While the space race captured imaginations, the struggle for civil rights raged on in the United States. The fight against segregation and discrimination was gaining momentum, with activists and ordinary citizens alike taking a stand for equality. Protests and marches became a common sight as the nation grappled with its legacy of injustice. The courage and determination of those involved in the civil rights movement would leave an indelible mark on history, paving the way for future generations. Europe was rebuilding after the devastation of war, while newly independent nations in Africa and Asia were finding their footing on the world stage. The process of reconstruction was slow and arduous, but there was a sense of optimism and determination. In Africa and Asia, the winds of change were blowing, as countries that had long been under colonial rule celebrated their newfound independence. These nations faced many challenges, but they also had the opportunity to chart their own course and shape their own destinies. 1958 was a year of profound transformation, a year that left an indelible mark on history. Major events unfolded that would shape the course of the future, from political upheavals to cultural shifts. Societal changes were happening at a rapid pace as old ways of thinking were challenged and new ideas took hold. It was a time of great upheaval but also of great promise, as the world stood on the brink of a new era. It was a year that reflected the complexities and contradictions of a world in flux, a world poised between the past and the future. The events of 1958 were a microcosm of the broader changes taking place across the globe. As people looked back on the past and forward to the future, they were reminded of the enduring human spirit and the endless possibilities that lay ahead. The year 1958 was a pivotal moment in history, a time when the world was truly on the cusp of a new era. The year 1958 witnessed the fiery eruption of revolutions and independence movements across the globe. In Cuba, a young revolutionary named Fidel Castro led his guerrilla forces to victory, overthrowing the Batista regime and igniting a socialist revolution that would reverberate throughout Latin America. In the Middle East, the Arab world was in turmoil. A revolution in Iraq toppled the Hashemite monarchy, while tensions between Egypt and Syria led to the formation of the United Arab Republic, a short-lived union that reflected the pan-Arab aspirations of the time. Meanwhile, in Africa, the winds of change were sweeping across the continent. Guinea, under the leadership of Ahmed Sékou Touré, boldly declared its independence from France, inspiring other African nations to rise up and demand an end to colonial rule. The political landscape of 1958 was marked by these seismic shifts in power. From the jungles of Cuba to the streets of Baghdad, the yearning for change, for self-determination echoed loudly, signaling the dawn of a new era in global politics. As political tremors shook the world, a cultural revolution was also underway. Rock and roll music, with its rebellious spirit and infectious energy, became the anthem of a generation yearning for expression and change. Elvis Presley, already a global icon, continued to dominate the charts, while new stars like Chuck Berry and Jerry Lee Lewis emerged, fueling the rock and roll fire. In literature, Jack Kerouac's groundbreaking novel On the Road captured the spirit of the Beat Generation, a group of writers and artists who challenged societal norms and embraced nonconformity. Their works explored themes of alienation, freedom, and the search for authenticity, resonating with a generation questioning the status quo. The world of sports also witnessed iconic moments in 1958. In baseball, the New York Yankees, led by the legendary Mickey Mantle, defeated the Milwaukee Braves in a thrilling World Series, solidifying their status as a dynasty. From the electrifying rhythms of rock and roll to the literary explorations of the Beat Generation, 1958 pulsed with a cultural energy that transcended borders, captivating hearts and minds around the world. Section 4. Reaching for the Stars, the space race heats up. The mid-20th century witnessed an unprecedented era of technological advancement and geopolitical tension. This period, known as the space race, was a high-stakes competition between the United States and the Soviet Union, each vying for supremacy in space exploration. The race was not just about scientific achievement, it was a battle for ideological dominance, a struggle to prove which system, capitalism or communism, was superior. 1958 marked a pivotal year in the space race, the high-stakes competition between the United States and the Soviet Union for supremacy in space exploration. This year saw significant advancements and strategic moves from both sides, setting the stage for a decade-long rivalry that would push the boundaries of human capability and imagination. In a stunning display of technological prowess, the Soviet Union launched Sputnik 1, the world's first artificial satellite, into orbit in October 1957. This achievement was not just a scientific milestone, it was a bold statement of Soviet technological and ideological superiority. The tiny satellite, with its beeping signal, could be heard around the world, a constant reminder of the Soviet Union's leap into the future. This achievement sent shockwaves across the globe, igniting a sense of wonder and anxiety as humanity entered the space age. People from all walks of life, from scientists to schoolchildren, looked up at the night sky with a mix of awe and apprehension. The launch of Sputnik was a wake-up call for the United States, highlighting the urgent need to catch up in this new arena of competition. Determined to catch up, the United States established NASA, the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, in 1958, consolidating its space exploration efforts under one organization. This move was a strategic response to the Soviet challenge, aimed at unifying the nation's scientific resources and expertise to achieve rapid progress in space technology. Later that year, NASA successfully launched Explorer 1, the first U.S. satellite to orbit Earth, marking a significant step forward in the space race. This achievement was a testament to American ingenuity and determination, showcasing the nation's ability to rise to the challenge and compete on the global stage. The space race was more than just a technological competition, it became a powerful symbol of national pride and ideological rivalry. Each success was celebrated with fervor, and each setback was met with renewed determination. The race to space was a reflection of the broader Cold War struggle, a contest of wills that played out on the grandest stage imaginable. Every launch, every milestone, was scrutinized and celebrated as the two superpowers vied for dominance in this new frontier. The stakes were incredibly high, and the world watched with bated breath as each new development unfolded. The space race was a testament to human ingenuity and the relentless pursuit of progress, a saga that captured the imagination of millions. The race to space had captured the world's imagination, igniting dreams of exploring the cosmos. It was a time of boundless optimism and ambition, a period when the impossible seemed within reach. The legacy of the space race continues to inspire new generations of scientists, engineers, and dreamers, reminding us of the incredible potential of human endeavor. Section 5. Technological Wonders, Innovations, Shaping the Future. Beyond the realm of space exploration, 1958 witnessed a wave of technological innovations that promised to reshape daily life. This was a time when the world was brimming with optimism and the belief that technology could solve many of humanity's problems. The innovations of this era were not just incremental improvements, but groundbreaking advancements that laid the foundation for the modern world we live in today. The integrated circuit or microchip was invented, paving the way for the miniaturization of electronics and the digital revolution that would follow. This tiny piece of technology, no larger than a fingernail, had the potential to process information at unprecedented speeds. It was a marvel of engineering that would eventually lead to the development of personal computers, smartphones, and countless other devices that have become integral to our daily lives. This tiny invention, with its enormous potential, would revolutionize computing, communications, and countless other industries. Engineers and scientists of the time could hardly have imagined the full extent of the microchip's impact. It would go on to become the backbone of modern technology, enabling advancements in fields as diverse as medicine, entertainment, and transportation. In the realm of medicine, the pacemaker, a device that regulates the heart's rhythm, was implanted in a human patient for the first time, offering new hope for those suffering from heart conditions. This life-saving device was a beacon of hope for many, providing a new lease on life for patients who had previously faced limited options. The pacemaker's success marked a significant milestone in medical technology, demonstrating the potential for electronic devices to improve human health. This groundbreaking medical advancement marked a significant step forward in the field of bioengineering. It opened the door to further innovations in medical devices and treatments, paving the way for future breakthroughs in healthcare. The pacemaker was just the beginning, as researchers and doctors continued to explore new ways to harness technology to save lives and improve patient outcomes. The world of entertainment also experienced a technological leap forward with the introduction of the video cassette recorder, or VCR. This device allowed people to record television programs and watch them at their convenience, a concept that was revolutionary at the time. The VCR changed the way people consumed media, giving them more control over their viewing habits, and paving the way for the on-demand entertainment culture we enjoy today. This invention promised to revolutionize how people consumed entertainment, giving them the ability to record and watch television programs at their convenience. Families could now enjoy their favorite shows without being tied to the broadcast schedule, and the concept of binge-watching began to take root. The VCR was a precursor to modern streaming services, highlighting the enduring human desire for flexibility and choice in entertainment. The VCR's arrival heralded a new era of home entertainment. It was a game-changer that allowed people to build personal libraries of recorded content, from TV shows to home movies. This newfound ability to capture and replay moments transformed the living room into a hub of activity and enjoyment, forever altering the landscape of home entertainment. From the transformative potential of the microchip to life-saving medical devices and innovations in home entertainment, 1958 showcased a world on the cusp of technological change, a world where scientific advancements promised to reshape the future. These innovations were more than just technological feats, they were harbingers of a new era, one where the possibilities seemed endless and the future was bright with promise. The legacy of these advancements continues to influence our lives today, reminding us of the incredible power of human ingenuity and the relentless pursuit of progress.